go.
All right. I'm sitting here with Evan, and he went on his whitewater rafting trip. And Jeff, I'm filming this just for you to get the man on the street interview. So tell me about your trip, Evan. It was what, about 2 hours long?
Yeah, about 2 hours long. It was very smooth when we got there. Everybody just directly right into the boats, and there was no wait or anything. He gave us a short talk about his commands. We got in, paddled around to practice a little bit, and then we went right out.
And were there scouts that got off that boat just before you got on?
I did not see any scouts getting off. They were just sitting there on shore. But when we got off, they had them. There was a place where we got off, and they moved them right over to another place, and scouts were coming off of buses and going right directly into them again.
Okay, so you got your trip left here at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
the Summit Pride. Okay. All right, so that means you were on the top half of the river. That's why there were no scouts getting off yet. So, went about 2 hours. Did you hit a lot of whitewater?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then I heard something that they said that they might not allow people to go on because it was almost too rough.
Yeah, they've had a lot of rain here, so there's been a lot of flow in the river. The next question I need to ask is, how many of those boats were lined up there ready for scouts to get in? Or let me rephrase it, were there a lot in front of you when you started, or were there a lot behind you when you started?
It seemed to be just a continuous line of boats. I mean, there were sometimes in the groups. I know when we got out, there probably was 40, 50 boats maybe that were just sitting there waiting for people to get off buses. I didn't really count how many were there when we got on.
And how fast were they loading them? Like you all got on, took off, and then another group, was it within a minute or two, or was it like every 20 or 30 seconds?
It was basically as fast as people could arrive there. They'd get into groups. They'd say, okay, you get a group of 9, and then they give you your guide, and then you go out to the boat, he'd tell you what to do, and then you just go out. It was very smooth.
Okay. So once you got going down the river, were you constantly surrounded by boats? Was it very tightly packed, or was it real spread out?
It was pretty spread out. I mean, you could look down the river and see tons of boats. But we would go down there, and there was enough room that he'd be like, okay, you can get out of the boat, and we'd be swimming around. It was pretty cool.
Okay, cool. All right, well, Evan, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that. Yep. It's good to know. That's for you, Jeff.